More Tiger 1200 2022 Rally Pro action starts now. Hey everybody, motorcycle fans and friends. So had a great run up 60 here, and now I stopped at Wildcat, looks like lodge and campground, but they have barbecue, so I thought I'd stop and do a little barbecue again. So there we go. But wow, nice little run up 60, and then I took a little gravel road, fish hatchery. The Tiger 1200, I just can't say enough about this kind of road out here. 60 is just amazing, some nice sweepers, just you can get rhythmic on it. This engine is simply amazing. It just powers out. It just is easy to ride. I mean, that's the summation really. For me, just talking about me, this might be the perfect bike where you can kind of, you know, hit it hard on the street. The engine is just awesome. The handling is superb. Adjusting your suspension on the fly. I mean, you're really just everything, creature comforts, performance, everything's at your fingertips, right? And then you get off-road and, you know, it does great. So again, it comes down to the rider. We always say that it's not the bike, it's always the rider. So, you know, my summation is I think this bike is perfect for me and what I do. So I'm gonna have some barbecue, okay? And then, you know, we're gonna probably wrap it up. We've had a couple days, well, I've had a couple days with this bike, and so it's just been awesome. In fact, I think I've kind of bonded with it. You know, I think sometimes you definitely get a bike and you're like, this is awesome, and then you ride it for an extended period, and man, so I kind of bonded with this Tiger 1200. There could be one in the future, maybe so. All right, time to eat. Oh yes, now that I have food in my belly, my brain is working again. I'm sorry, talking like everybody knows where we're at. So when I say 60, we're sort of in North Georgia in the Suches area, and stopped at this little barbecue place for some food, right? And did a little commentary at the table, but I was hungry, so I may have left some things out. Now that I have food in my belly, my brain is working again. And again, here's the bike, real quick. You know, just a phenomenal bike. The engine is, I'm telling, I can't speak enough. I keep going gaga over the engine, But right now I'm getting ready to go down south on 60. Like I said, if you're familiar with that, you know what it is. If you're not, look it up. It's a nice motorcycling road. And then I'm going to cut over 180 over to 129 south and head back toward the house. Well, actually, to give this back if I have to. All right, we'll check back with you. Hey, welcome back, motorcycle riders and Triumph friends. Woo! What a ride on 129. I tell you what, perfect when there's no traffic out there on the 1200. Just some nice sweepers, having a great time. You know, the torque on that motor is just brilliant. Just out of each curve, a little touch of the powerful brakes. It was amazing. Until you come around the corner and there is a Walmart supply truck. Anyway, just had a phenomenal time on the Tiger 1200. Had a couple days to be on that bike, and I really did enjoy it, which kind of, you know, brings me down to the question that we were trying to answer, Mike and I, the other day, was, for me, is it worth upgrading from an 800 or somebody who has an 800 to get the new 1200? Well, the answer is going to be different for most people, but for me, the answer is yes. It's definitely worth the upgrade for the following reasons. One, that motor is unbelievably torquey. It's fun. It just, I don't know, it just brings a smile to your face every time you ride that thing. You just want to ride it more. Next reason would be technology. The technology is good on this bike, but again, we're advancing, you know, rapidly with the technology on these bikes, and Triumph has really nailed it with the 1200. You know, just the fact that you can adjust everything on the fly, especially the suspension, is just brilliant. So for me, that's huge. The tire choices are increasing with the new tire, the wheel size. Sorry, you have a 18 in the rear and a 21 up front, and here you've got a 17 and a 21. So the tire choices are going to be kind of, there's more of them out there, and the big ADV market is kind of hot right now. So a lot of products are kind of being developed, and tires are one of them. So more tire choice is cool. Let's see, tech, motor, tire choice. Oh my goodness. Now, the journalist sort of talked about this situation right here, the toggle switch and the turn signal switch, having a little issue with that being too close. If you come from a Tiger, you have no issues with that whatsoever. So I rode it for a few days, and the 1200, I didn't have any issues with that. I think it's just one of those things you get used to. So no problem there. Let's see. The other thing is there was some temperature discussion about that 1200 putting out some heat. I really didn't have any issues with that. In fact, I had a little video clip where I tried to get down. You could see the display. It was 96.5, and I felt no heat on my legs. And it's kind of cool because they created some scoops, those black scoops on the side, where they kind of channel some of that hot air away from your legs if it is hot. You've got fans on both sides, so that's kind of a neat little feature on the Tiger 1200. But I didn't feel any heat, so I'm just letting you know. What else? Oh goodness, I really think those are my reasons. So if I had to say upgrade or not, for me it's a yes. I think you need to go ride one and definitely feel what that new 1200 is all about. It has a feeling that really is something special. And again, some of the comments, let me backtrack a little bit. Some of the comments were, this is super smooth, and that new motor is kind of lumpy and bumpy and, you know, not as smooth as the previous generation. I understand that completely. This is super smooth, but you're going to get used to it again, and it's just a fun bike to be on. It's a fun motor. It pulls from everywhere. I didn't think it was that lumpy, but again, you need to answer that when you ride it. So in the end, it's really up to you. And for me, it's a yes. And so thank you, Triumph, for loaning me the bike, and thank you, Mike, for again riding with me. That was awesome. And now it's time to ride my 800 since I gave back the 1200. But who knows? All right, stay tuned for more. Thanks, friends, for watching.